Mind Walk! It's a beautiful overcast day. We're not in the valley officially anymore. We're between the valley and not the valley, I guess. We're on Mulholland. Come here, bud.
We're on the ridge. Are we on the ridge?
Yeah. I think so. We are gonna kind of go into the valley because the Nancy Hoover Pohl Overlook, today's hike on August 4th, 2020,
Starting workout.
is,
Starting timer.
oh, Barney knows this hike so well. He's like, fuck this. Fuck it. Fuck this place.
We just need to imagine our muscle memory doing it.
Ooh. Whoa, buddy. Come on. The guy literally started speeding up as soon as he saw me in the road.
So you think if we just imagine the walk, we just like twitch our leg muscles?
The whole time?
Yeah, twitch our butts. And just be
Well,
like, oh, I'm going up the stairs now. I'm putting my foot in the dirt now. And we just do all of that, then it'll like we did it. We did a total mind walk, or maybe a walk mind at that point.
well, I'd say, there are coaches, life coaches, the Tony Robbins types and all that would say that's imagining the thing is almost as good as doing the thing. That our body does not know the difference between doing a thing and a really vivid imagination, a vivid picture of the thing. Yeah, by the way, the gate was closed today, which is like, I don't get it. There's no sign saying like diseased people should not come here. It's very interesting. But why are you in such a mood, bud?
In memory of Betty B. Deering, 1917 to 1977, who visualized and worked to create a nature walk from Los Angeles to the sea.
Yep.
Federation of Hillside and Canyon Association Incorporated, Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy. We should walk from Los Angeles to the sea.
Yeah.
In honor of
Betty Deering.
Betty B. Deering.
I guess we're still officially in the Santa Monica Mountains. So I woke up to a little bit of bad news today. I parked my truck in the house next door that's been empty for, 3 or 4 months. Definitely since the beginning of the shelter in place, maybe 6 months. So I parked in the driveway there. And I had a letter on my windshield this morning telling me not to park there anymore. But that's not, whatever. That's not the bad news. The bad news is they're going to start demolition, which that fucking sucks. But the real bad news is there are 2 beautiful, gigantic pine trees in the front yard.
Uh-huh.
And that's what they're starting with the demolition. And I just think it's like such a shame. It should be illegal to take down beautiful, giant pine trees just to fucking build just to put 6 people on a fucking residential lot in North Hollywood. It's just going to be one of those ugly, apartment buildings that they've got 1, 2 doors down, and they're just like, they're nothing special. They have the aesthetic of them is just a shit box. Let's go the tough way. Just a shit box to house people in, So it's literally just getting rid of what could possibly be affordable housing, real estate, and now splitting it up in a way to make it to just jam more people on it, so that the the developers and the owners maximize their profits on the land. But, now I'm also going to have however many weeks and months of just cutting and sawing and hammering and smashing and dust flying in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bud? Yeah, get one right in the middle of the road there.
Well, we were just driving down when I dropped you off, just maybe yesterday or the day before. I was commenting on all the construction that was going on in your neighborhood. I mean, North Hollywood is definitely gentrifying. I mean, it's already gentrified, but it's...
But
they keep building new spots, and we were saying, everything on your street, all the houses on this street, they're eventually going to just get torn down and become like apartments. And then lo and behold, a day later, next door to you, that's exactly what's happening. And it's going to be the place that you're in one day too, eventually.
Well, hopefully at that point the landlord will fucking, give me a fat check to move out. But he's kind of waiting on that. He's sitting on the property, expecting to get bought out for $1 million. I think is what he said, and it's just a shame because there is plenty of housing in Los Angeles. Los Angeles has enough housing for everyone. It just gets priced out of people's range to be able to. We have a huge wave of evictions coming.
So, Sean, as you're talking about evictions, this little U trail right here, it's so small, but you get a little view from it.
Yeah,
we've never gone up it.
Yes.
So I want to check it out.
I will say quite often when I'm coming down this trail, Barney will just go and run up and down this thing like a mad dog.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see the rock from here?
Barney loves this view. What's wrong, bud?
I don't know that you can. Is that the rock over there?
What rock?
The rock that you can sit on?
Oh, yeah. I think, yeah, maybe. No. I think it's more in that valley.
Mm-hmm. The valley's looking very lush today.
Yeah.
Actually, this overcast is giving
on my way
extra water to the leaves, greenifying the trees.
Oh, so beautiful. On my way to your house, they've been doing construction on the freeway right there, but there was also a fire in the little shrubby area that's adjacent to the park there. And, just like, whatever. I did not sleep well last night. I'm not in a good mood, but I know hiking, I know moving, I know just moving my body is going to change my brain.
It's all right. I welcome you in being in not a good mood.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I want the bad mood to come out in the podcast, but I don't mind at all that you're in a bad mood,
Yeah. Well, but also, like, how much of a, it's all just byproduct or whatever of not good sleep and feeling a little bit busy. How you guys doing?
Hey guys.
It's a great day.
Great day, right?
Yeah.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Merry Tuesday to you too. Yeah, we're on the trail and we're getting exercise and we're outdoors and we're in nature and whatever dumb mood I'm bringing right now, I can just decide to change.
Well, in a way, the trail for me, I think, has become my morning coffee.
Yeah.
I went on a pretty big coffee kick for like a couple years, and then I realized the coffee, or I should say the caffeine, upset my stomach.
Oh, yeah.
And so then I started drinking some decaf, French roast, and that was all right, but now I...
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
I like your hat.
Oh, thank you very much.
We got a compliment on the dog and the hat in one stop. Right? He loves it. It's perfect for summer. And he likes attention.
It looks great.
Well, thank you.
By the way, we record all of our hikes on audio and then release them on a podcast called Mind Walk.
Yeah, so if you guys want to subscribe or at least give it a listen,
Okay.
Mind Walk Pod. Are you like literally going right now?
She's going to do it right now. I'll put it in my notes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. It's all one word, Mind Walk.
Mind walk. And it's all hiking.
Yeah, we're doing all the hikes around LA right now, and if at a certain point we'll expand.
Conquer the world, you
Are
know.
we getting recorded right now?
Yeah, but nobody knows who you are.
Such good content, but we're going to save it. But
I feel like our best ideas happen on the decline of our hikes.
yeah,
Like, in
once the
general,
endorphins
about
are
life.
already out in your system,
Uh-huh.
and on the down climb, you have moments of Buddha clarity.
We definitely get, when we're going on the uphills and we're getting tired, that's when our emotions get a little looser. You can hear the breathing, and if we're having any kind of argument, that's going to come to a head at that time. So, yeah, when we get tired, it definitely changes the shape of what we're talking about and how we're talking about it in a great way.
Well, yeah, and we're doing it, yeah, the only way in is through. Is that it? Yeah, no, and we do it 5 days a week, so.
Good. You guys going to hit up the Malibu trails?
We did on Sunday, we did Inspiration Point.
Good.
Yeah, it was a very hot day.
Have you done Tuna Canyon yet?
Not yet, but we will,
There's
for
a
sure.
labyrinth at the top.
Ooh,
Very spiritual.
We'll do
very
that,
good.
We'll do that next week.
Tuna Canyon?
Latunia, yeah, I think. Okay, Barney.
All right.
Okay,
You
too.
too.
Barney.
Thank you.
oh, come here, bud. Barney, come on. Grumpy. Grump, come on. Look at that. Always be closing. ABC. I knew Barney was going to be a little... Oh, he's not too bad with this dog.
Well, after the hat compliment and the dog compliment, and then the further line cut, I'm like, okay, these...
They want to engage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That was exactly the word I was going to use. So now, this is my routine. This is my routine, Sean.
Yes.
I've established a routine with your help.
Well, and as far as routines go, I mean, I think, breaking the coffee consumption habit, because even if you're making it yourself, it's still a consumable thing. Yeah, and I suppose we're using a little bit of gas when we come here, and
it's true.
We had to pay for our bandwidth to record our thing, but realistically, at $40 a month for bandwidth and whatever, 75 cents for gas a day.
It's going to be $75 a month for bandwidth
Oh yeah, that's
by
right.
the time we're done with all that we're producing.
Yeah, but I mean, for the value seems pretty good for what we're doing, and if it's again like we appreciate anybody listening, come on aboard. Have we gone up the flat secret hike over here?
I don't think so.
Okay, we'll do that today, and then we'll go down and then up.
But maybe without the hike, you're going to be a grumpy guy. Maybe I'm going to be a grumpy guy.
Yeah, at least it gives me the opportunity to change my state.
Yeah. Just instead of through a cup of coffee, it's through a 2-hour hike.
Yeah. It
can't not change your state. It will release endorphins.
Yeah.
It will wake you up.
Yeah. I mean,
We got to knock the crust off.
it's also that I feel like my resistance is futile. No, but
It is futile.
it is futile. But because we're scheduling this thing to do every day, and we're in production, it's like I fucking can't wimp out. I can't be like, oh, I didn't sleep very well last night. Can we cancel the hike today? No, this is the job. This is This is the thing. And, I think we have some flexibility, but unless it's a really, really, really good excuse,
We got to put in the time. We got to put in the hours. And so do you, listener.
Yeah, put in the steps. Put in the miles.
Speaking of the miles and the steps, yesterday I did a double.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, the first with you, the Envy Spirits, which is now live. Or not live, but, it's published.
It's published.
And then in the evening, I had a hike with, I'll have to give that friend a spirit name as well.
A code name.
Code name, spirit name. At least until he's on the podcast. I think he's warming up to the idea of joining for a guest episode.
Well, I should then put in an order for another Tascam. I mean, as much as I appreciate the other setup we were using.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
And it's going to make our editing life much less pleasant.
And I'll keep on putting investments in until we make some money, and then we'll just pay back my investments first. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
Or pay back the bandwidth first, then the investments. Guys, we need subscribers. Oh no, we need patrons, Patreons. It's not, and again, like the capital investment is not huge. This is not an independent movie. It's not a hot dog on a stick franchise. It's not a.
I was thinking of abandoning Mindwalk and just doing a hot dog on the stick.
But you should. But here's the thing: if you're going to do a hot dog on a stick franchise, you should also make a podcast out of it. Just you yelling at your flight attendant dressed employees.
I would love to see you in a hot dog on a stick uniform.
For a bit, I'd do it. I definitely used to wear my very first McDonald's uniform was one of those shit brown polyester ensembles.
Which McDonald's did you work at? What was the location? I wonder if, child me ever got served McDonald's by teenage you or something.
Well, I would say probably not, because I stopped working there by 1990. Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine your parents would have been feeding a... Oh, fuck!
Damn.
Whoo-wee! Them onions are guaranteed! Woohoo!
Well, what happened, Sean?
It was me freaking out because the snake is doing just fine. But I had to grab Barney because he was just unaware of... Holy shit.
We got a rattler, folks.
A real rattler. And the rattle was probably 2 inches from the edge of the trail. So when I saw him, I was already within maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet. And then I quickly grabbed Barney, and he's still not aware of what's going on. But I think it's probably because rattlesnakes don't really give off a scent. It's
on the move.
Holy shit.
We're getting video.
Is he leaving the trail?
Yeah.
Slowly, but... Oh, I see him. I saw his tail flick a little bit.
Here comes the rattle.
Woo-yee! And, I just imagine if I would step on him, or if Barney attacks him, he would bite. But otherwise, we could have probably just walked by, no problem. Oh, Barney, you're cute. I gotta say, I feel like my reaction was pretty incredible, huh?
I'd say so. You sprung real quick. You grabbed the Barney real quick.
Kind of, I would say, putting myself in danger. Me between the Barney and the snake.
If I'm not mistaken, you picked up a sword of demon slaying and just set it ablaze and stood your ground against that dragon.
The no-leg dragon.
That's what I saw.
The no-leg dragon.
That's what I saw. And then it said, "Eat this apple. It'll be okay." And then it was drawn in a bow and shot as an arrow.
Look at this tiny little snake here on the trail.
That's not a snake. That's a stick.
It's also laid out on the trail in a very snake-like way.
Well, now you're just getting into Moses territory.
Well, I'm just, whatever, paranoid. This is like typically this is the time of day when snakes aren't out that much because it's a little bit early and a little bit cool. But as it gets warmer, oh man.
So the eviction crisis.
Oh yeah.
You were mentioning that, and then I said, let's go on the little U trail to get the view, and I didn't want to seem insensitive to that issue.
Oh, yeah, well, and I can get back to Mickey D's at any time.
Oh, right, McDonald's, eviction, these things.
Oh, they're related. They're all part of the capitalist dystopian nightmare.
Capitalist dystopian nightmare.
Capitalist dystopian nightmare.
Capitalist dystopian nightmare.
Work your minimum wage job. That's all I got. Get evicted from your hovel. Yeah, I think when I started
Live
McDonald's,
life out of a shopping cart.
capitalist dystopian nightmare.
Capitalist dystopian nightmare.
And this is why we come to the forest, the jungle, to escape, to bushwhack, to free ourselves from the capitalist dystopian nightmare. Oh,
I smelled go ahead.
Oh, you go.
Oh, just as I stepped out of my apartment today, we've alternatively referred to as it my house and my apartment, but we'll call it my... It's not even my apartment because I rent it. So yeah. I stepped out of the apartment in which I dwell.
Home. Yeah.
And I smelled fire. It smelled like there was a fire going on. The smoke of the fire, you know?
How are you? How are you doing? We saw, and he went off the trail, a snake.
Oh, really?
Up about, 30 yards, 40 yards?
Rattlesnake, yeah.
Oh, it was definitely
Oh, yeah, it's for sure rattlesnake.
Okay.
And it went off this side of the trail. So, you guys should be in pretty good, okay about it. How you doing?
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So your home, your apartment?
No, I smelled the smoke of a fire as I went out.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't check my news or anything, but had you heard anything about a local fire?
That was the one off of the freeway this morning.
Oh, which freeway?
The 170 between Magnolia and Burbank.
Well, that's, yeah, no wonder I could smell it.
Yeah. I could smell it coming up Laurel. And I couldn't tell. I mean, here's the thing. It was big enough to require the whole team, all kinds of trucks and paramedics and all that. And I could see the plume, and it's in that part of the park where we were the other day. Where
so, Sean, is this poison oak?
Leaves of tree, let it be.
There's definitely leaves of tree, and it's definitely got the green and the red coloration.
Yeah, I mean, possible. Yeah, it could be. Looks like it. This is definitely a lot of poison oak if it is. So I think the way I get poison oak in general is if Barney goes through the poison oak and then I pick him up.
And then you get the poison oak?
Yeah. It doesn't rub off directly on my body when I walk through it. That's only when I pick up the oil off of Barney's coat.
I feel like that's what I should have learned in Boy Scouts. Like, if I can't identify poison oak,
Yeah.
then did I learn anything?
Well, I could definitely identify a sexual predator. Oh, bitty bing. Jokes, guys. I definitely know how to open a can of beans with the blade of a pocket knife.
That's useful.
Yeah.
I think I shot my first gun in, maybe not my first, second gun. At
Boy Scouts? Oh, wow.
like a gun shooting merit badge sort of thing. Although I think to get the gun merit badge, or I don't know if they call it, rifling or just shooting or whatever, you would have had to have done a lot more, but...
Yeah, that wasn't available. Like, we didn't have... That was one of the badges that they were like, we're not going to pursue this badge in my Boy Scout troop.
I remember we were on a range. I mean, a very small range, but a range nonetheless. And what they had us do was take our T-shirts. And I don't know if it was the T-shirt I was wearing, or I don't think so. I think we were told to bring an extra shirt.
Yeah, that sounds like a Boy Scout thing.
And then you hang up the shirt, and then, you shoot your shirt. So then you've got like this cool,
shot up
bullet
shirt.
hole tear mark thing.
Yeah.
So then they said, well, if you want to make sure that you actually, succeed and hit your shirt, you can go and walk right up to it and just shoot it.
Point blank.
Yeah. Now, this should have never been done, because this means you have to walk onto the range with your gun. Now, granted, it wasn't really a range. There was only one target, really, in this little setup. So there weren't, by definition, a lot of other guns going off. But nevertheless, shouldn't have been done. So I walk up and I decide I'm going to shoot this thing like right in the shoulder. I want a shoulder hit on my shirt. So I walk up and I do it.
Because you're an artist.
I am an artist, yes. I wanted it like clipping the top. So instead of it being a hole that goes straight through the shirt, I wanted like a hole on the seam of the shoulder there.
Yeah.
So I went up and I stood there, pulled the trigger, boom, it made a hole. And yet, the instructors, such as they were, I feel like they were teenagers. I have no idea. They didn't. They were laughing, and because they had given me a gun with a blank in it.
Oh.
This was very humorous to them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess.
Well, I wonder if all of the go up and shoot close range were blanks.
Maybe, like
basically being like, kind of this is the dead end. We could go into the back of these hill homes. We got a camera here. We should wave. You guys, there's probably not a mic on it, but subscribe to Mindwalk Pod, right? Till there's also a speaker here, so they could yell at us if they need to.
Well, we've got a big old no trespassing on a super opaque black metallic slab gate door, and then we've got a fence, but the fence is not just a fence. The fence has
camo.
What would you call it? Like Christmas tree?
It's
green,
definitely some
fake
green,
Christmas
some
tree
fake
green
green
stuff
to fill in the fencing.
So you can't see out of that.
Obscure it.
And a nice little spiral staircase going up to the roof so you can get a view. Yeah. But we're not welcome here.
But you want to go walk in the backyard, Bernie? He loves going under that fence, or used to. He says it doesn't have the same sense of adventure. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Oh, go ahead. It's all right. Go ahead. I've called him back from there so many times. Let's go. Come on. Get in there. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. But yeah, we'd come over here and he'd duck under there and... What's that? And
This is Sean wanting to invade the property via Barney.
Via
That's why
Barney.
he wants Barney to do it.
yeah, those amazing Dobermans. Those daring Dobermans.
But Barney has no interest today.
Yeah, so maybe they had people walk up the thing because they had put blanks in the gun, and it was just an opportunity to humiliate children.
To what children?
Humiliate children.
Yes, that's what I thought you said, but I didn't really feel that humiliated. I mean, I felt humiliated by them in the sense that they were laughing and sort of had decided that this was a humiliating thing that I'd done.
Yeah.
But to me, I didn't feel humiliated because I mean, it's not like they set a trap for me to do something stupid. They literally just handed me a gun and were like, this is ready. Like, go use it. Go do it. So, at what point was I to be the fool there, right?
Oh, sure.
I would have no way of knowing that it wasn't loaded. At least I don't think I would. And besides, I got so close to it that even though I shot a blank, it still, tore up the shirt anyway.
Yeah.
So as far as I was concerned, I was like, it's weird that there wasn't like a straight up musket ball bullet hole through the shirt, but it still made sort of a frazzled kind of hole. But it felt really weird for there to be all of this energy around, this humiliation energy around something as serious as a gun.
Yeah.
Especially in an environment where you're supposed to be teaching people how to use it safely.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the real goal here?
Well, I think I'll say maybe there's one tiny lesson there, which is that even blanks can be dangerous. Because, there was that guy, John Eric Hexum. I'm just aware of him because I was on a TV. He was on a TV show I liked to watch when I was a kid. Can't remember which one it was. How you doing? And he was playing around off camera, and they had his gun full of blanks, and he thought he would, have fun and point the gun at his head because it was blanks. But the batting in the blank and the percussive energy of the actual explosion, hammered his skull and killed him. So I don't know if they were trying to in some way show you that even blanks were dangerous, but without kind of explaining the lesson. It's the only thing I can think of. That
that and the humiliation was the other thing you thought of.
Well, which is its own fun. And
that's fun?
Well, no, I'm just saying I will never understand that, but there are a lot of people who do that. I mean, I feel like that's the kind of prank, a lot of the GOP leadership would do to their friends. Take them out on a hunting trip, put blanks in their gun. I put blanks in your gun. I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised to hear you say it. I was like, Sean doesn't find humiliation fun
at all. No, I'm saying it's fun. I was saying it's fun for them. It's fun. Like it's a fun activity. Look at how stupid I'm making this person look. Yeah, that sucks. But it's weird but in some level, because you kind of got a little bit of the expectation that you were looking for.
Yeah.
It almost, inoculated you against the humiliation. Yeah, I'm really jumpy now. Feeling very jumpy.
Because this is going to be a rough one for Sean
Yeah.
Humphreys.
Yep.
That's okay, Sean. I've got your back. I want you to know that.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did not go on my second hike yesterday, but because when my friend came over to go on the hike, I feel like he wasn't necessarily dressed, you know. He was kind of in a little bit of a business casual, with flat with deck shoes. And so
You're giving me ideas now.
Yeah, so I guess I did just a quick calculation. I was like, man, it's not going to be worth it to be, and because it was like 4:30 in the afternoon, so it was going to be very hot, and he was not dressed properly. So rather than, push him into a hike, I was like, hey, let's just go get a coffee. Hence why I'm tired today, having a cold brew or half a cold brew.
It wasn't just the coffee, Sean. It was that you snubbed the hike.
Well, I was trying to...
You're being punished for snubbing the hike. The hike gods are saying to you now, how dare you? How dare you abandon us?
I took drugs instead of hiking. I took the caffeine, the evil caffeine. But I then, because we had such a fascinating, interesting conversation, and I will call him my healthcare spirit.
Okay.
Or maybe he's the mold spirit. I can't put... but he told me a story about basically his family fortunes got wrecked because of a toxic mold that got into his mother's business. And, she was trying to keep her employees employed, and the mold came with her back to the house, and then the house got fucked up, and he had to live in a basement with some relatives for a year. So it went from, kind of a thriving law practice to them being just destitute. And this was right as he was graduating high school, and he was super depressed because of being sick from toxic mold and being homeless or whatever. And
man, the organic creep, huh?
Yeah.
You could have this law office straight up in the idea of, I want to say the idea of man, but obviously not just man. But laws are such this abstract societal concept. It's very removed from nature. I mean, there's laws about nature, but still. But then the mold, it creeps in. Toxic mold.
Takes over your whole life. And this was at a time, and this is kind of the whole genesis of the story, is this is at a time where these kind of sicknesses were not recognized by the insurance company. The insurance company was, we do not believe that you are sick from this mold. And we are not going to pay for your treatment.
Of course.
And we are not going to pay for the remediation of the building insurance was not going to pay for the remediation of the building and the lost wages.
That's the job of insurance, to not give you money.
Yes. They're going to be real sick about making sure you pay every month, but they're fucking even sicker about paying you. So his whole story, and maybe at some point we'll get him on and he can retell the healthcare spirit. And so he graduated high school just barely. He had like a super low GPA, so he couldn't get into any school. But he found a loophole where he could attend just about any class he wanted and then figure out how, through either extension services or junior colleges, to pay for super expensive education through the cheap thing. Right? So the class just has to be paid for to be able to get credit for it, right? Mm-hmm. So he'd go, I think he went to Stanford and sat in for a few classes, but he couldn't afford, he went to Williams in Baltimore, and that was he said it was $18,000 for him to get credit for the class he took, but then he got an extension service at some other college and paid a couple $100 and then got those credits. So he went around the world, he traveled around the world just collecting an education in this way where he'd just go to a class, he'd ask the professor if he could sit in on the class, he'd do all the classwork,
Right.
he would get a grade, he would then take that transcript and try to get that to apply to his overall education so that then he could. So he was doing this instead of going to junior college. So for 2 years, he gathered up all of these
Nice.
credits so that they wouldn't look at his high school transcript. And then they got into some school, I can't remember now. But the kind of the roundabout end of the story is now he makes a lot of money doing data analytics for healthcare companies. Wow. And one of the things he's trying to do is get people better healthcare through the analytics. Like the one example he said, we started talking about diabetes, and he said, I think it's going to be better if people get on healthy meal plans to mitigate their bad behaviors that will, cause them to be diabetic, and thus save money for the insurance companies in the long run.
Go figure.
Right? If they can get a healthy meal plan, then it ends up costing like a lot cheaper to do the meal plan than to do the treatment.
So the insurance company itself is now investing in meal plans?
Well, he's trying to. This is the initiative that he's trying to.
Which would be great, I guess. Would it be great? I don't know if it'd be great, but
well, all this stuff is always
it'd
like
be something. It'd be
something
good to get people eating healthier. Sure.
Yeah, for sure. And and this is he's just doing the data analytics on this, and he's trying to basically sell the idea to. I think he said his company. And again, I think they're just an insurance consulting firm.
Hello, Cactus.
But he's the data analyst for them. And, it sounds like he makes a lot of money, which more power to him because he's a big nerd. He's just like us, real smarty pants guy, but was able to take his, liberal arts education and turn it into. So he basically says, I get to think all day. I'm like, wow, that is a good job. Now, if I could get to think and walk and talk all day.
You're doing at least 2 of them.
But yeah, it was fascinating because as he's telling the story, I'm like, oh shit, that's why you're in this industry. That's the
toxic mold.
Yeah, the mold was your origin story.
Well, I can tell you this: when you started telling this story, and you said there was a toxic mold in his mother's business.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's not like Sean to use a euphemism like that.
Wink.
I've been sitting on that one for the last 10 minutes or whatever.
It's pretty good.
Just been waiting.
On some level, I was a toxic mold in my mother's business.
Weren't we all? Weren't we all?
I just always imagine, saying that the trail goes this way, I don't think it does. Oh no, it's saying the trail, this is such a confusing sign. It's saying the trail goes this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes up the hill that we just came down from.
This is brand spanking new. I have never, ever, 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 ever seen this.
Trail?
Yeah. SmartSigns.com. Part number 32D28.
Trail with upper right facing arrow.
Yeah. Well, and it feels like it's the LA County font.
I like it though.
Yeah.
It may be not that useful depending on what direction you're coming from.
Oh.
I still kind of like it.
There's another trail feature over here. Some new signage.
We got a picture of the trail sign. Oh, they really don't want you to go over there, do they?
Well, and I think it's probably just hikers going into the back of these properties, thinking that they're going to get out onto the street.
We've also got a caution high pressure gas pipeline notification.
Yeah, those aren't new though, but these are. Like I've never seen this.
Trail ends, no outlet, dead end.
I wonder if this is. Now, I've never done this trail, but it doesn't really look like it goes anywhere.
Well, once again, the sign it's not very clear if it's talking about going forward or going up the hill. But if we're going to... Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice art.
So I think that, yeah. Let's go see if it actually dead ends. Oh, yeah. So, this is funny. It's, we got some, I think there's been some transfer of property here.
Since when?
Well,
When was your last check on this area?
I'd say probably with 4 or 5 months ago. You know, because I had that period of time where I was just like hitting up every little tributary on this trail, and typically this is just like a weird little back road. This was not a gate or a fence right here. It just kind of went onto the back of this property, and you couldn't really go anywhere. It was just it was like a if this was like a back driveway, somebody could drive up here and park their car there if they wanted.
Well, now it's yet another gate that you can't see through, but this one has some kind of black tarp stretched over it.
Yeah, they're really. That's why I think that there's a transfer of property, because
This is a very new-looking gate.
whoever
fence.
bought this house was like, oh, I don't want people coming up this way, and I'm going to get a crazy, vicious dog to bark at them. And surveillance. Like, there was no surveillance here before. We got that camera there. They even have, beware of dog. Don't put fingers through fence. Dogs may bite. They really value their privacy. Oh, my God. Oh, it's okay, buddy. Aw. It's all right. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. Let's go. Do you want to get carried? Okay. Okay, we'll carry you.
There's still a trail that goes around the property over there, perhaps, or maybe it just dead ends a little further. What do you think? Do you think those dead end signs were put up by this property owner? Then they aren't official signs?
You know, it feels that way. It feels like they went and found the right signage to scare people away from the back of their property. There's a lot of that shit going on. That's a very prominent feature. I'd say not just rich people. I think poor people have it too. Like, beware dog, you know, like, get off my property. But, you know, there's an app, I think it's called like Secret Beaches of Malibu, which is basically telling you about a dozen easements that one needs, or that one has, to access to the beaches that the property owners in that area obscure to make. So yes, it's definitely homemade, because these
bolts
are not. And I'll tell you why I know it's not official. Because I can take this right off. The official ones have flat bolts on them, so that they can't be graffitied.
Well, let's get a picture of you holding Barney behind your little art piece there. What do you say?
Yeah, and then I'll come here at some point and take one of these signs. No outlet, dead end one. And the other thing about it is the sign colors don't match.
Yeah.
Yep.
More evidence.
Yep.
All right, cheese.
Cheese. It's so much cheese.
Yeah, the fonts.
Yeah.
Fonts are about the same.
Meh.
Well, look at this A here in the dead end, and look at the A in the trail. They look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
No, maybe it's a little more.
This one's a little
compact.
Yeah, this one's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're going to make it super easy for me to take this sign next time. So. Thanks,
SmartSigns.com, part number 291Y.
And this one is part number 2YL4. How you guys doing? Good. Good. It's a beautiful day. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
He definitely has the top. Yes, exactly.
I like your masks.
Thank you. I made
What?
Yes.
Where can we get them?
If you have Instagram, it's called @ and then
B-U-N-N-I.
Wait.
BUNI _ masks.
Bunny masks.
Yeah, bunny.
BUNI masks?
Yeah, like because you need it. Yeah, like a
Oh,
little,
nice.
Underscore
Because you
mask.
need to ask. Oh, yeah. So it's where everybody's shilling. We're actually recording a podcast right now. Yeah. So if you want to go to Mindwalk Pod, what? Awesome. Yeah. So we record our hikes. We go on a hike 5 days a week.
My grandfather does the same thing.
He records his hikes?
Hiking for life. It's on YouTube.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
They look real hilarious.
All right, so I'm going to follow
Mindwalk.
Bunny Masks from the Mindwalk Pod Instagram.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
There you go.
I just came back from like a 4-day trip up in Utah. We did a bunch of hiking up in Zion and Canyon. What
Yeah.
was I saying? The Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Zion and Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and, like the year before that, I did the Rockies. No,
Oh, yeah. He's
stuff,
hilarious.
so.
Oh, good. I mean, I feel like hike for life, right?
Hiking for life.
Yeah. Just keep moving.
Honestly, there's
I'm
some-
actually supposed to set up his Instagram this week. So.
Oh, look at that. We're all in the walking biz.
heck yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah.
There's a
For-
lot of people who need to get out there and they don't.
yeah, no, this is one of the...
Wonder Bob Ross turn. This is great.
Right, guys,
Thank
this is
you.
Kismet, this us meeting here on the trail.
It's perfect.
You're so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Like your line cut.
You got a little line cut. We had a little
You're
excitement
welcome.
today. We went on the flat hike up there. That goes to the back of the properties.
Have you gone to the falls?
Yes. Yeah. The main part of the rainforest. We're heading down there, but there was a rattlesnake on the trail. So as I saw him, I grabbed Barney and I was like, ah!
Because
We had our scare last week when my dog was like, "What's that?" and we was like tackling him to the floor because he's a pit, so it was.
Yeah, Barney doesn't smell them or notice them. It's which is good probably.
Like innocently walking. My dog's the butthole that's like, "Oh,
What
you
is
tell
this?"
me,
Yeah.
let me Run at you. Yeah, the flat walk's nice up there. I've gone as far as I could.
Yeah, to the back of the houses basically.
Yeah.
That's what we were doing here. I'd say just discovering these new signs. Is this new?
That has to be new.
Yeah.
I think it's because of when all this went down, everybody flocked to come and hike.
Because I was here. I think it's because these people just moved in there,
Oh, maybe.
and they're trying to scare people from going to the back of their house.
Maybe,
Yeah, because my theory is these are not official signs.
Do you guys live over here or?
Oh, I've been in North Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had a very bad homeless situation up here.
Yeah.
Like when I said I went all the way up here, I encountered like homeless
People
dude in
living-
metallic underwear dancing by himself. I was like,
Keep moving. Keep
"Where's
moving.
by myself?"
Yeah.
We've had fires up here because people come up here for their YouTube and like they'll do like camping. But
Yeah.
They're not obviously camping.
Yeah, they're
Cause
faking
fires.
it. Yeah.
all for the gram,
I
guys.
kind of understand why people do it because it deters outsiders.
Sure.
People who live here, they know not to.
Yeah.
So just
Oh yeah, but no.
I don't even look at them. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I mean, is there something over? Is there a hike down this way?
No, this is just somebody's property. I think you could wind up, but you're.
I've
gonna
never
be
tried.
doing
Yeah,
the
I've never
same
tried
thing.
that. I've never seen that hike go up to the top over there.
Yeah, you're gonna whatever you do that comes up here, you basically encounter the same thing, and then you make it down to the water.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and then you can make your way out of the water. Actually, I don't know. If you've done
well, yeah.
that.
No. So I've gone all the way down to Fryman, but we're just going to
Yeah.
loop back up
I just,
today.
Once in a while, I come up here. My grandfather's up here all the time.
Yeah. I'm sure I've seen him.
Yeah, he has a black dog with him all the
Yep,
time. and
yep.
a cowboy hat.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my grandpa.
Oh shit! There it
All
is.
right, we'll keep a lookout for him.
He's cool.
Hiking
If he yells at
for
you while
life.
wearing masks, just
Well, we got the masks. They typically go up.
okay.
Yeah.
If
I
you guys ever want a really good hike, I don't know if you guys, it's not that strange.
always open to it.
Have you guys heard of Cooper Falls up in Angels Forest?
Yes, I have heard of Cooper's Falls. I've been there years ago, not since we've been
She
recording.
knows all the good hikes.
Yeah.
Definitely go there, and then if you guys I don't know. For me, when I go hiking, I always want like a really nice payoff. Like it's either a view or like a water, some type of
Oh, I see.
waterfall.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys go do you guys travel to different like places?
Eventually we will. Right now we're just trying to get this off the ground and see if we can make it profitable.
Oh,
You know?
okay. Well,
Yeah.
I
So
definitely suggest-
yeah. So
You should
become
check out his
patrons.
page. My grandfather's just very humble. He's just literally he has to work. So like he's retired now, so he has to have
Something to do.
Yeah, he's a music composer for years. So it's like if he doesn't have anything to do, he goes stir crazy.
Yeah.
So you can always go check it out. I feel like he's doing the best he can, but he's also lacking. Like, I feel like he goes too quick through the videos, but he does put up a couple ideas on there.
We'll go rob his ideas.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
He's not doing it for profit, but people that do it for profit, I understand, because it's, some of us need to know where to go.
Well, not only that, but it's also like we're just trying to figure out a way to get paid to walk. That's that's the I have no.
Just keep on tagging people, like, I mean, your shoes, like, okay, I'm using these, that's how I got my stuff off the ground when I was doing a lot of, because I do get paid to, wear people's clothes and stuff like that.
Nice.
Send me their stuff. Just tag everything you got.
Okay.
It's good advice.
I'm using my Merrills today, or whatever it is.
Well, I got my topos. We've already talked about them on the, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, just keep on tagging them, keep on doing all that stuff.
Wow, I did not realize that we would have a business consultation here on the trail from the mask lady.
From the mask lady. That's a whole different story. I just started for quarantine, and honestly, it took off pretty easy.
Nice.
With the followers,
I can't go anywhere without having to show her page, because this is my older one, and I have really cool ones that she's made, and
we have a lot of prints.
Yeah.
So whatever you guys
Oh, cool,
you know.
cool. Absolutely. Well, we're connected on the internets now.
On the internet, whatever you guys want, let me know.
Absolutely. What's your name?
Michelle.
And
Lulu.
Michelle and Lulu. And what's Grandpa's name?
His name is Tim.
Tim. So if we see him, we'll be like, "Hey, Tim." What?
the heck?
Exactly.
I'm Michael.
Just like I saw
And Sean.
Michael, and Sean.
Oh, and Barney.
Yeah, we publish these the next day, so if you want to hear yourself, then you'll be able to hear it tomorrow morning at 12:01 a.m. It'll be out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you. I will definitely check it out. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Awesome. Take it easy, guys. Yeah, until we actually move, and the sun is coming out, so it's like, oh, gotta keep moving.
There you go.
Yes, we got some branding advice.
And we got another connection.
Yeah, just be friendly. Just be nice to people.
And we learned about hiking for life.
Yes, Tim's video blog, his vlog.
This is exciting.
Now I'm gonna report these signs to the Park Service.
Oh, you're going to be a snitch?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I mean, it's like.
Oh, you're not going to?
No, I'm not gonna. That's
Oh, I thought you finally found the right weird particular thing that you were willing to snitch on.
about. It's tough because normally, yes, fuck snitches, but then fuck people trying to increase their territory through just eminent domain.
Well, is this the thing, Sean?
But-
and the one thing that's has supremacy to fuck snitches is fuck riches.
Oh, riches before snitches, you know what I'm saying? but the other thing is, I don't ever want to lift a finger to do almost anything, especially cause trouble for people. Mm-hmm. I do not ever want to put any effort into vengeance, revenge, snitching. Just let it go. The life is too short to put energy into people you hate. That's why I don't understand the GOP platform. Yeah. So,
Protect the ones you love by destroying the ones you hate. I think that's the slogan.
if everyone's a loser, no one could be a winner. So
You just need to make it harder for everyone. The purpose of society, Sean, is to make it really hard for people to live so the strong rise to the top.
Oh, yes.
I think that's a real underlying philosophy that a lot of people have. I mean, it goes back to I don't know to what extent they were true. I don't know if it's, I know Sparta was a real place, but...
Oh, yeah. But
to what extent they threw their babies in,
dashed to the rocks.
I don't know, but let's go with that theory. I mean, that's basically it, right? Make society a gauntlet. The strong survive, let the weak fucking perish.
Yeah, but again, this is the measure of these strengths, right? Is absurd, right? Because obviously a 70-year-old, or how old is he? 75-year-old, mentally deficient, balding, fake tan. Like everything about him, like is like fake strength, right? Like he's faking that he is a strong person. So he's obviously unfit from the social Darwinism attitude. He's
also unfit.
Yeah,
he could use a mind walk.
Yeah, he could definitely use a mind walk, but he'd do that weird kind of lurching. He wouldn't be able to understand the steps. But so in this social Darwinism, it's actually doesn't even operate in that manner. And, we can also say like, well, maybe it's about genetic fitness, but his kin are just as, they've got worse than the Habsburg jaw. They've got the Trump punchable face,
I just like how you can see. It's just so obvious that the whiteness of his skin, like where his scalp meets his orange face, and it's like it's not even like you can't see it. It's very plain that he's wearing an excessive amount of makeup.
Well, the tanning, and it's a very specific European brand of tanner. So it's like not only is he like, we'll get back to that on the other side of the break.
Yeah, I think that this is serving as a lovely reminder that we don't need to think about bad orange man.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. Cutting mind walk. So this is a reminder. It's been an hour since you've been hiking, walking, sitting in front of your computer. Maybe it's time to just take a deep breath, stand up, shake it out a little bit. Remember that you're the be-all, end-all, the center of the universe, that your perspective is the most important perspective. Drink some water, text a friend, tell somebody you love them. I love you, Michael.
I love you too, Sean.
Be as, good to yourself as you can. Give yourself a little bit of a hug, Remind yourself that everything's going to be okay. I mean, I'm already in a sufficiently improved mood from just walking for an hour. Like, I'm literally not feeling any of the crunchiness or anger or even angst from the snake. The snakes.
Snakes on a trail.
Yeah, it is tonic and pleasurable, and healing, and being outside is a gift that, unless you're a prisoner, no one can take away from you. They'd like you to be afraid of the outside. Don't be afraid of the outside.
I just feel really great about that encounter we had, because it reminds me of when I would be at conventions.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I liked about the conventions really was that there are these open spaces where people are just walking to and from, and they're all interacting with each other, and just by the end of the day, you've met 100 new people.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of new conversations.
Yeah, I do love that.
This is... You have a chance, you get to meet a little
There's our
someone.
friends again.
Yes, there they are.
Michelle and Lulu, right?
I believe so.
Look at that! So you caught us. We set an hour alarm. So what we did, just to basically to, it's a technical thing, so there's no drift in our audio. But it also gives us an excuse to stop and take a drink of water. To remind people to love themselves and take a deep breath and just be present in the moment. But it was pleasant. Yeah, it's pleasant to see you.
The energies of the earth, man.
Yeah.
It really does.
It really does.
I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll go ahead and I already added you guys.
Yeah. No, it's
awesome.
It's a fantastic day, and your presence makes it even more fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael and Sean.
Oh, look at that.
See you.
Michelle and Lulu.
That's what I'm talking about, man. It's just a beautiful connection.
Yeah. I mean, there's also, it's like, I feel extra flirty on mic, meaning like, I feel like I'm putting on a little extra, want some water, bud? I mean, we will be to the river in a minute if you, yeah.
We'll do the river.
Yeah.
Oh, but hey,
Oh, yes. Sorry.
subscribe to Mindwalk
Oh, yeah.
Pod. Subscribe to the podcast and follow Mindwalk Pod on Twitter and Instagram. And please become a patron.
Please become a patron. I mean, it would be wonderful if we didn't have to bend the knee to the capitalist dystopian nightmare. Help us live the fantasy of being paid walkers.
But hey, it's not all on you to get us to make that living. Really, by the end of this week, we want to get another patron apiece. So maybe you could be that patron.
Yeah. And I would say when you do the patronage, help us keep score by saying, no, Michael is the one who convinced me to take this patronage.
Who convinced you to be a patron?
Yeah,
Michael?
Or Sean?
Or Barney?
Or Barney. Oh, shit! Barney's going to fucking win all of it. Because he can't speak and spoil the fun for everybody.
All right. Let's move on.
There's another group. Yeah, it's a good day on this trail.
The sun's come out.
That's
what the sneeze was. I get the sneezes when
Oh.
the sun comes out. I think this is a documented scientific phenom.
Yep.
Phenom is that when there's rapid changes in temperature.
I heard it was a light thing, but yeah, I guess temperature too makes sense. It is. We did bump up by 5 or 6 degrees and within just a couple minutes. The good thing about busy trails is there will be less critters on in the path.
Makes sense.
But I think we were only the second persons to go on that trail in a while. That's why we had a critter. Because I mean, literally, my brain is so activated to snake-shaped things right now. And of course, there's a lot of snake-shaped things in nature.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a, yeah.
No, I mean, not that all these sticks are doing it, but like this one. I mean, and I know there's not going to be
say a long straight object, but obviously snakes bend around.
Like that.
But yeah, basically if it has no branches, right?
Yeah, no branches. And also, like, I've been seeing, like, even, like, dried leaves that were a little bit in that same kind of... Because that was a very black rattlesnake, very dark colored.
And of course, the trail itself is a snake.
You all right, bud?
So this is going to be the first mind walk of the new era, meaning not to switch back, that is going to be a loop of sorts. The other ones have been these kind of straight there and backs.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's go down here.
That'll make a nice little graphic for our image. I hope you're enjoying our images. The sort of light red trail mark. This is the line. This was the line that we hoofed. We're drawing it as we speak.
A friend of mine asked me if there was something red leaking out of my red backpack. And I wanted to be like, that's our blood spilled upon the trail.
Is sanguine, is that
sanguine? Is that exactly.
Blood?
So it typically in like kind of like as a metaphor, it means like kind of they get into your head or they get into your blood, like sanguine speech.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, sanguine is blood.
Mindwalk is sanguine speech. Get it into your blood, get it into your mind.
So talking about like kind of crazy government shit.
Crazy government shit.
Netflix just dropped a new documentary called Tread.
Okay.
And it's about the guy. I'm sure you remember. Do you remember Killdozer? The guy made an armored bulldozer and destroyed the town of Granby.
Yeah, I kind of do remember that.
So that was 2004. And this is basically just an amazing documentary about kind of that. So this is
just about that?
Yeah, and about how they have it's this interesting.
Oh, we're here.
Yeah, this is the one entrance that we've come in. You just looked familiar. I thought you were somebody else.
There's an episode later, a switchback, that's going to end with me saying, "Damn you, leaf blower," and it comes from here. Well, what does it say, Sean?
Friends of the trail, please don't leave your shit right here. Please pack it out and keep the trails clean. Thanks. Because, yeah, typically, last time we came here, there was a big pile of bags of shits.
Oh, and, yeah, there were like 30 or 40 bags of
So somebody
shite.
has put up a note
Dog
since
shite.
then. And there's a brick. Come on, bud. You're looking a little ragged.
We haven't even begun.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's actually, I'd say, a really, really, really good documentary about. There's a lot of reenactments, and they have the actual footage. Seems like they collected all the footage from it. And the story they tell is definitely giving Marv Heemeyer, who's the guy who was in the dozer, his say, and his friends saying kind of things that substantiate how he felt that the government of Granby was doing him wrong. Then the documentary also goes in and saying, like, well, maybe he was kind of losing his mind and he was suicidal, you know? And, I mean, on some levels, I think it could be both. But then they get to the day of the thing, and it is just the most exciting, over-the-top footage, and they do a bunch of reenactments where they've production designed the same dozer. But the thing I wanted to bring up is that as an artwork, right, what this guy did is he took a giant Japanese bulldozer and he, fortified it. He put all these plates on it and filled them with concrete to make it basically indestructible. And it's super heavy, right, so it could roll over anything. And as a piece of art, I'm like, if this guy could have just done that for a living, just made these crazy kind of killdozer things. And there's a part of me that's also like the destruction of the municipality felt like part of the art. But of course, then that gets into like, the dangerous part. But just as an expression of like kind of an artistic endeavor, I was like, I'm kind of on this guy's side. Because ultimately he didn't hurt anybody. He just, destroyed some property. But he did, at the end of it, kill himself. So,
Well, as you know, for it to be art, I insist that he intended to be doing art. Perhaps he was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's,
Reminds me of a guy who drove his car into the Ten Commandments outside of a courthouse that erected them.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Did he know it was art?
I don't know if he knew it was art. I think he was making a political statement. So he drove into the Ten Commandments, cracked them, and then the court erected these concrete pillars cornering the Ten Commandments to protect it from cars driving into it after that. So isn't that great? You're putting up... I mean, you shouldn't have this religious
doctrine
nonsense on
public,
much less a courthouse. But in any case, hitting the hill here. As a piece of art, I can appreciate a sculpture of the Ten Commandments as a piece of art. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you guys can come on.
But you're welcome.
I give a chance to. I think the law, though, is the downhill people on the roads have the right of way. Yeah, just because your car could lose control, right? So the person going uphill has to pull over. Yeah.
But then, whatever beauty there is in the sculpture of the Ten Commandments is now totally lost because you've got these really plain and just protective concrete pillars around it. So it looks totally gross. It looks like something in the middle of a parking lot, even though it's on a lawn outside of a courthouse. And also, shouldn't God be willing to lift a finger to protect his own commandments? Must we build these pillars around it? I mean, where's the faith?
Well, I mean, I would say God created the human beings that got fucking crazy about protecting their weird rules, and then they created it. Like he put the ideas in their minds when they were children, and then when this thing happened, they protected his creation. Because on some levels, the Ten Commandments are God's only creation besides the universe, right?
Oh, besides everything?
Besides everything, that's the first time he makes a fucking appearance. And he's like, yo, look, bro, take this down. Shit. Oh, yeah. Fucking don't take my name in vain.
I'm not sure about that. I mean, didn't God make the plagues and stuff?
Yeah, I guess he did.
And that was... And God made the manna and the tornado of dust and fire that was at the front and back of the caravan of Hebrews wandering through the desert. God made all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
Not to mention the parting of the sea.
Oh, that wasn't Moses?
Well, I assume it was... I don't know that Moses had...
Superpowers?
Yeah, I don't think Moses... Maybe it says Moses parted the sea, but obviously it was God that was doing it.
Well, yeah,
right?
for sure. I mean, Moses is basically a cleric, right? He's like he's a magician that uses the power of the gods to...
So yeah, I want to see a little more confidence in the Ten Commandments. No protection necessary.
How you guys doing? Well, I'm glad you guys are taking a break from taking a break so that we could take a break. Right. Well, especially that uphill. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, we'll get down to the rainforest. Yep.
You too.
Oh. Mind walk.
Oh, it's too late. Actually, I guess it's not too late.
It's never too late. We'll go right down there. You're on a podcast, guys.
Yes.
Might subscribe to it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, by the way, we're recording our hike and we're putting it on a podcast called Mind Walk. Thank you.
Damn.
Mind Walk.
Mind walk.
All one word. All right, we'll see you
Thank
there.
Yes!
Yeah!
Come to our live event. No, I'm kidding.
See ya. Bye.
You're right. It wasn't too late.
Wasn't too late. We're out in the open. We can yell.
Oh, yes.
And that's the thing, man. As much as shilling can feel gross, a lot of people, they want to hear about it. They're interested.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's like just like anything, it's better to get the word of mouth advertising about a thing than to be like, I'm watching this amazing story. I'm feeling emotionally connected to it. Then we'll be right back. I was all soft and vulnerable, and now you're yelling at me about pizza.
Well, exactly. Just when you're...
I can't eat pizza. Yeah.
Just when you're at the height of the emotion, old roller coaster, and you're wondering, what's going to happen? It's a moment of tension. How's this going to resolve? I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable. Oh, I care so much. Crest!
You deserve a break today. And brush your teeth while you're eating McDonald's. Let's see if we can get all the products in there.
What I couldn't stand was just how And this would happen in Star Trek The Next Generation as much as I love it. But it would happen in all kinds of cartoons. Really anything I'd watch. They set up this dramatic moment like, how is this conflict going to be resolved? Oh my God, what's going to happen? And then commercial, 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 commercial. And then the resolution to that conflict that they set up is just something as simple as like, oh, hey, watch out.
Yeah.
Or like someone just gives someone a hand and pulls them up, or someone, or it just becomes like a non-problem, and the whole premise, like, is this as I say, I'm breaking up with you, and then they come back from commercial break and it's like, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't break up.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting.
And they had to write that. The writers had to write these moments of setup and instant resolution. It's really just, it's like a weird knot in a line where it's like they're on the main plot, but then they have to interrupt their own plot to put in like this artificial conflict just so they can get you ramped up for the commercial, and then they just instantly resolve it so they get back to whatever story that they were telling. It has nothing to do with the story. It only exists because there's a commercial.
It's interesting
Gross.
that you compared it to a knot, because typically the rosary bead was just knots upon a string or a piece of rope, and you would say as many Hail Marys or whatever as there were knots on the rope. So it's interesting that you use that analogy, because it's like the commercial is like a Hail Mary of the show. Like, oh, we're gonna God, please bring us money. Okay, we're back. Like, please, universe, money. We're back. It's like this moment of appealing to the god of Mammon. But we will do something dramatic for you, and then we'll quickly resolve it on the other side.
In a way, the advertisements are kind of praying to you,
yes,
the consumer.
Please, brush your teeth. Just brush your teeth.
They're praying to you, but they're also insulting you and mocking you and
just like
digging into you.
Yeah, like a good prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Come on. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
Blessed is the Lord our God, ruler of the universe. Blah, 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 blah. Amen.
Please, God, bring us money.
Hey, God, since you created everything and stuff, can I, have some more?
Yeah. Yes. Can I have some more? Please, sir, may I have some more?
I know you're infinitely powerful, but could you just spare a little divine energy? Just throw some my way? Give me a nickel? Oh, I can't stand that beggar outside the synagogue. Ugh.
Brother, God, can you spare a dime? Yeah. But, we're trying to make our own thing. It's like, I feel like every mind walk is just a shill for mind walk.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Shill.
Let's tell our listeners about this lovely spot that we're in, because it really is a lovely spot.
Oh.
And, sorry, Barney. In fact, I'm going to take a little video of this one, because this is a really special place.
Yeah, and we come here a lot, and so we're taking
hold
a break.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna get out the camera. We're gonna make this some extra special video content for you, and you're just gonna have to wait while I get my camera out, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
We're doing this on mic. What the fuck? Can't we just let's just fucking break? Talk about the production stuff off camera, off mic, and fucking. I'll do it on the break. I don't know. I got nothing. But yes, show them that this is the valley. This is where we live. We are atop a hilltop. I think I'm right over there somewhere. I don't know. Somewhere over there. There's my house. But yeah, we stop here a lot because it is... Oh, and again, the heart surgery. I knew I was basically healed when I was able to do that uphill to get here without stopping. And it's, of course, Barney likes this because there's shade here and it's nice, cool dirt, right, Barney? And this is where the axe story ends. I found an axe off of one of these trails, a pickaxe, and I brought it here, and I was just chilling out, and I forgot it, and I hung it up right here on the tree there, just as a place to just set it while I was, and then you could see the blood. So somebody came and put blood on it to pretend that there'd been an axe murder in the forest. And I was delighted. It was amazing.
It was not real blood. It was
fake blood. Yeah, because I saw the capsule here, and then of course somebody came and cleaned up the whole crime scene.
It's a lovely tree.
Yeah,
gives you the shade. We got this little bench. Sometimes people leave stuff in it. We got this bottle of Dasani, which I'm going to pick up, and I'm going to make that my little cleaning effort for the day. But yeah, it's a perfect little place to sit with a friend. Talk about your walk, think a little, rest a little.
Yeah. Here comes some people, so maybe we have to give up our spot here.
Yeah, I think it's time.
You ready to go, bud?
And it's about your daughter, which is
All right, now, video over. Let's pick up the Dasani.
Hello. Are you guys going to take a break here? Oh, you just keep it moving? Awesome.
Well, I'm ready to go. Anyway.
You too.
I'm ready to go anyway. I got the bottle. Bottle will go.
Yeah, this is
in the recycling, I hope, perhaps in the trash, although we know that like 80% of what goes into the recycling ends up in landfill anyway. So.
Yeah. This was the hike that we took where I had to stop like 15 times because of my blood pressure issues. That was the indication of something's bad. I need to get my body looked at. And this was the one.
So we're entering kind of the last quarter of the hike, I'd say, at this point, right?
Yeah. Well, we're going to go dip down to the rainforest section, let Barney get a little drink out of the stream, and maybe even lay in the stream if he's so feeling it. And then, we'll head up the other side of the loop. We're not going to go all the way down the stairs to Fryman today because we've committed to a shorter hike because I got to get my blood taken.
So I think not all of the 10 Commandments are nonsense, but I will say the 10 Commandments as a whole are nonsense.
Oh, fuck yeah. It is. Again, like, if you need to remind people not to kill each other, I think your religion has already failed. You're already like, shit, we're dealing with these fucking savages.
Like you haven't created a belief structure and community and environment that sort of dissuades or disincentivizes or encourages a camaraderie and compassion that would make killing not happen so much. Instead, you're like, well, maybe if we just try telling them.
Yeah. Well,
if we just say don't kill.
Well, I also think, though, then the other problem with putting don't kill, maybe you do have those things, but the problem with putting that then in your commandments is it's just boilerplate bullshit then. Yeah, it's obviously not to kill another person. I don't want to die, so I'm not going to kill other people. So, but just put it in there. Just put it. It's okay. We just tell people. We need more stuff in there. Like it's either boilerplate or it's a failure of the system. One of the two. To me.
And now I would love my rabbi friend or anyone else to chime in the comments. Please tell us how "thou shalt not kill" is a mistranslation. Please tell us of our ignorance.
Well, you know that really "thou shalt not kill other Jewish people" is probably it's probably the but it's okay to kill the Hittites and the Mennonites and the whatever, not Mennonites. There's a different, but it's okay to kill people that are not of the faith. But
the volcano god worshippers?
Yeah, fuck those people. Throw them in their own goddamn volcano if they love the volcano god so much.
And of course, this isn't just a Jewish thing. This is just a classic in-group, out-group thing.
I mean, it's...
For me, not for thee.
It's literally in the Quran that says it's okay to kill an unbeliever. That's fine. They deserve it. So, I'm going to get in trouble. I know.
You're going to get in trouble? Oh, now you think you're going to get in trouble?
I'm going to
have all the things you don't worry about getting in trouble for saying, this is the thing?
I'm going to have a fatwa against me. I'm going to be the...
Oh, you'd love it.
The podcast version of Solomon Rushdie. Solomon. Oh, yeah. That'd be great.
Well, let's not leave Christianity off the hook.
Oh, yeah.
You're much more knowledgeable than I am about the particular scripture, so where's some in-group, out-group of... I guess heaven and hell is kind of the ultimate
a little
one.
bit, but here's the crazy thing. Like, the strict interpretation of the Bible, if you go to the New Testament, it is literally a New Testament. It's like Jesus is here saying, hey, we don't need those old Jewish laws. We don't need the 10 Commandments. We have... do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Like, that's the golden rule. That's about it. As far as prescription, he's got prescriptions about how to pray. And anything that comes after Jesus, like Paul of Tarsus or whatever, that's all commentary after the fact. So the one of the reasons that he was called the Prince of Peace is because he was like, I don't care if you're from this group or that group. Come, everybody's welcome. Come on along. So if it's in the Bible, if it's part of this thing that is called the, most sacred and holy text, then I think it counts for the purpose that I'm trying to describe. Sure, no, absolutely. I'm just saying, as a person that is versed in Christianity, the people that are using Christianity for their own means definitely go back to the fucking Old Testament, and if thy eye offends thee, pluck it out. They are the fucking people that love. They're almost more into the Old Testament than they are into the New Testament. It's all the groovy hippie Christians that are into the New Testament shit. That's not the GOP are definitely fucking jerking off to stories of, Sarah being spied on by the elders and stuff like that. They love the Old Testament. But as a person who, grew up Christian and did not want to be a part of the shittiness, if you have a close reading of the New Testament, the only reason they ostensibly the only reason they include the Old Testament with the New Testament is to prove that Jesus is, related to, who's that guy, David? The original king of the Jews, who's like, oh, this is just a way to show his connection, familial, bloodline-wise. But
literally, it's not just trying to be like the DVD box set?
Yeah, it's just trying to be the DVD box set. It is The Hobbit. The Old Testament is The Hobbit. But, and again, yes, all that fucking Revelation shit, anything, I would contend that anything that's not the red words in the Bible, which is Jesus's literal things that he said, everything else is just commentary, and came after the fact.
I mean, you sound like a believer, and you kind of are.
A little bit. I would say like the stuff that Jesus said is pretty, I don't want to say neutral, that's not quite it. I'd say it's hopeful, and I would say like the beginnings of Christianity kind of took on faith that the things that he said, meaning like the kingdom of God is here now and it's inside of us, and it's like it was this kind of indwelling place, not a thing that you're going to. You're gonna end up in heaven. So the original Christians were all Gnostics that felt like they were on equal footing with Jesus. They didn't, and that they had internalized the idea that they were God or equal to God. And it just comes when you get Saul/Paul, and then you get the founding of the church by Constantine. That's when they start kind of changing the focus from all of us being able to understand the words of God to, no, only the priests understand the word of God, and then being, you're subservient to this, and we're the structure. So it evolved, Well,
it's hard for me to, it's interesting to hear what you're saying about it, and it's a lot of stuff that I don't know about. And it sounds all groovy. It's always tough for me just because I've heard so many different people talk about the right way to interpret it and the right way to look at it. That you're just one voice among many in that respect.
Oh, sure. And I think what ends up happening, I've definitely read the Bible. It is garbage. It is so badly written and badly reinterpreted, and the lessons are just like fucking jerk off stupid fucking, either they're like the simplest dumb homilies or these complicated liturgical thing, and it's just like there's no plain speech in it. And again, until you get to Jesus, and then he's got some pretty straightforward things to say, kinda. They're still metaphysical. But and then after that, it goes back into garbage with Revelations and fucking Pohl wandering around trying to get all these people on board for his
Mind
Amway.
walk?
Huh?
Trying to get people on board for his podcast.
Well, oh shit! You know what? We should sometime follow the path of Pohl when he was trying to found and open up all these new churches in the Middle East. I mean, he walked it, he walked it for years, but
sounds great.
He went from one city to the next and was like, hey, you guys heard about this Jesus dude? I want to start this church. You got some people here that'd be down with that?
I'm sure these exist in a lot of places for pretty much every religion. But
oh, yeah.
There's like this Shinto temple walk that you can do in Japan where you visit like every single temple or whatever. Guys. Or maybe not every single one, but like maybe like 47 or even like a couple hundred, I forget. And I know a lot of people do it sort of by tour bus, but there are temple walks you can do where you can like hit them.
Yeah, well, and
particularly on this one island, there's some temple walks, and then Ronnie, who I was talking about earlier, and I will continue to talk about. He did a walk. He like traversed Iceland, I think.
I'm going to say something maybe a little. He who died for our sins. But he did Iceland?
He did Iceland, yeah. He flew to Iceland and just walked over the whole thing.
I mean,
there,
guys,
it can be done.
Guys, like, sponsor us.
Well, listen, he has a whole network, and I know some of them now.
Oh, people around the world?
The way he did the Iceland thing was, like, someone invited him, and he was just like, okay, like someone he had just met once. And then he went and just, like, camped and backpacked with this guy for however many months doing Iceland.
Wow.
So I know a few people in that network of hikers. I should really talk to them.
Yeah. Oh, and also,
I have talked to them. I have a relationship with them, but I should be like, look, man, I'm getting into this hiking, so try and pick their brain about it. Try and get into their network and figure out their mental and physical resources. And, I mean, this was all going to be inevitable, of course, but we've just been focusing so much on just getting the thing out there. Now we can start thinking about how to spread the word.
Yeah.
But, I like this idea of doing... Reenacting things. Temple walks or just, like, famous trails that, this person walked down this place. We should go to the fucking Parthenon and walk around. It's like, here's where Socrates would walk around.
Yes.
Or, this kind of thing. Do all that stuff.
I would not be my sci-fi nerd self if I didn't mention Mercerism again. I don't think I've mentioned Mercerism since we've dropped it, but that's the religion in the original book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, that Blade Runner is based on. And there's a religion where in VR space people could walk the path of Mercer, who is the savior of their religion, of Mercerism. Mm-hmm. And not that we will ever, maybe we could reenact that in our own way. Find out where Philip Dick would have thought of this mountain that Mercer was climbing. Because I love the idea of both fictional religions and real religions.
Right, what? I'm sorry, Sean, you're repeating yourself.
Sci-fi, on some levels, is our new religion.
If only it were so.
Oh, God. To me, Dick is one of the sainted ones. Okay,
You're going to do it?
I'm going to do it, but the stick is bigger.
It's a new stick?
So the stick.
So what are you doing? Again, people, they don't know.
It's true.
Hold on, Sean. We got to get it.
Okay.
You wait now.
Okay. So it's a rope swing on the way to the creek, the rainforest. Where actually I feel like this is literally just entering the rainforest right now. We have a full canopy over us. Yeah, we just entered into it. And last time
I didn't say go yet, Sean.
No, I'm just
prepping. You told me that when I want to produce you,
direct
you got to listen to me.
Direct me.
All right.
So
let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
Right. When this is going to become an object, this is the direction that's happening.
Okay.
We want them to see it as it is, and then we're going to do it all again, Sean.
Okay.
We're going to do it all again. Tell us about this object and stuff.
It's a rope swing. But also the stick, last time I was here, was only this big. So somebody has put in a fresh new stick for us. And I'm going to swing. It's nice to swing, stretch my spine out. Bernie! So funny. He's just like so fixated on this dog.
So you do a swing every time we pass by here.
I try to. I also try to like hang and really stretch out my spine. Oh,
how's it feel?
it feels great. It feels like it's something I've been missing. How you doing? He's in stalking mode. Yep. There it goes. I knew it was going to happen. They're just the right size. They're just the right energy. Just not over the eyes. Just not over the eyes.
4-year-olds in masks.
No, it's a challenge. It's a really, even for me, it's a challenge. Timing is everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, when I get a video of something, I want to get the
You
complete experience.
Sure.
Start from the neutral and then introduce and leave the object, you know?
Yeah.
So it was great. You were going to wait to... I got you to wait to do the swinging, which of course is important. It's arguably the most important thing. But then you started describing what you're doing. I'm like, no, I want that on the video also. You know, I want it all.
Yeah.
I want the whole thing.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. Now it looks like a cowboy hat. Hooray!
Feels great.
I mean, you're literally a puppet right now. You are literally... To know thy puppet is to know thyself. Or a marionette, more accurately.
That's nice. Great.
You're a good boy, Barney.
All right, let's get Barney some water. We're on the water quest. I'm thinking this podcast might end up at over 2 hours, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, I told you my doctor's appointment got pushed to next week.
Yeah.
I just have to get a blood test today.
Well, I'm just more referring to how we were going to try and keep things between an hour and a half and 2. But honestly, if we go a little bit over 2, that's okay too.
Yeah.
But we're just going to have to be careful. But I guess by the end of the month, if we're getting a little tight,
yes,
then we'll just have to be really strict about
our
the length of our podcasts.
Yep.
We kind of did a really different route today. Usually when we come here, we go up the stairs, as they're called.
Yeah.
But we did a little bit more wandering, which is great because that helped us meet our mask friends.
Right. And also we got to see the snake.
I mean, look, anyone who's hiking here is in the world of hiking.
Yeah.
And they have knowledge to share.
Come on. That's all three of them can play. It just goes to the stairs, and those are brutal.
I know, and I have her, and I forgot my water, so... Nope.
Hey, bud.
Honey, that way is not the way out. Our car is way up that
Oh,
way.
we're at the Nexus.
Yes.
We got
Nexus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, 2 dogs.
How's it going? He's got too much other dogs to sniff. Oh, Barney, stop. Oh, he's... Barney, stop. 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 Stop.
It's dog hour.
Yep. Barney. Oof. I know you guys could be friends.
He just thinks everyone wants to play with him,
But not, I know he would, but just not at the level that he wants to play. Yeah. I could just tell that. It's just like...
he's very intense and excited. Water?
And Barney is very choosy. No, he has a lot of anger, but it's more like he'll be like barky like that, but I don't think he ever bites. But it's just like he wants the other dogs to pay attention when he's growling at them, and they won't, and so he gets a little angry. Yep.
See ya.
Now we gotta hang here for a minute.
Let Barney chill.
Yeah, let them get a little bit ahead of us on the trail.
Same difference. Hey there, guy. Hey there, Barney guy. Look at him. He's kind of fading into sleep already.
Yeah. Now that he's on Daddy's arms.
It's like, oh, I was just barking, and oh, it was so traumatic. Oh.
So this was the spot during the early shelter in place that I'd go into that little kind of spot over there next to the tree. And I could just sit there and meditate and do breathing exercises. Mm-hmm. And it was just being in nature and just being here. It really did make a huge difference when the whole wave of anxiety hit the planet with the wave of disease.
Still hitting.
Yeah.
It's hitting, crashing on our shores.
Look at this, he's got his head hooked. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I'm still here for you, Barney. Don't worry. Bless you. Any more water, Barney? You had a little lick, but perhaps you'd like some more.
He's pretty, he knows himself well. Do you want any more of this? No? Do you want to get in? No? Okay. You don't have to. Oh, look at that. You don't want to get in at all.
What a prancing leap.
Yeah, I can't wait till the time where there's 2 or 3 dogs that when Barney meets them here, it becomes just like dog Olympics, dog acrobatics. They go over the logs and under the logs and jump over the creek. Clash is one of the dogs. Oh, I can't remember the other dog's name, but Clash and Barney are like almost the same size.
Well, I'll definitely record that area another time, but this time we're getting the swing.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah, and the dog. Did you get the dogs playing earlier?
Nope.
Damn. Oh well.
I got a little bit of dogs playing, just a tiny fraction, because they started interacting around the swing.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit of that.
Cool. A little bonus. You guys get to see Barney play.
Well, the best video from yesterday was Barney chasing birds through the river.
Oh, I saw. Oh.
Did you see that?
Yes. So good.
Tell me how good my camera work was.
Well, it was amazing. And I mean, just the way you caught the action, it caught everything that needed to be captured. Hello. Yes, I would be more than comfortable. I would get to use my camera skills. I don't know. You're very welcome. You want this, like Instagram style?
Yeah, or but here so it looks like we're in danger.
Okay, well, I'll try to frame. And actually, if you could. Also, do you want to go even farther up there? Do you want to make it seem even more dangerous? I would even suggest one of the things you could do is go out on this one. Then I can frame it. Yeah, then you can use that to hold on to. Then I can frame it in a way that looks like you're suspended over the gorge. Right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. This is a fun tree to.
We went hiking and you didn't get a photo.
Let's see.
Well, you don't know the half of it.
We're
currently recording a podcast
currently recording
on
a podcast right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I hope this is a great interlude.
It is.
It is. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures. And I'm actually I want to frame this grass out. So it looks like. Yeah, do it, guys. I'm taking a whole bunch of them. So I definitely want to just.
We haven't done this.
Yeah, I think, get one where you're like walking and you're like, my balance.
We're doing tree pose. Tree on tree. Everyone put your tree
Yeah.
We're clearly not LA natives.
Where are you guys from?
Oh, well, we're both in Texas. She's in Colorado.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Okay, tree pose.
Did you guys do it?
And then
We're like holding all.
and then look up. There it is. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's the one. And I'm going to do a Dutch tilt. I'm going to do another crazy one because it's just ones and zeros, right? Nobody cares. You can just do as many of them as you want. More. Yay. You're very welcome. It was easy. All I had to do was this. So much labor.
Thank you so much.
You're very- No, I think it's perfect. I think you guys should subscribe. Mindwalk Pod. Yeah.
Sidewalk pod.
Yeah. And we
It's
just
all one word, mind walk.
Mindwalk. And we do,
You guys are doing right now.
we got a little,
Metaphorical walk of the mind.
yeah, and we talk, walk and talk, and we do it 5 days a week.
Oh my god.
So you could get like
So you just talk about whatever.
whatever's happening. And also, like, if we run into people, we saw Rattlesnake earlier, just to recap things that we encountered. I talked a little bit about when I worked at McDonald's back in the day.
Happy Meal life.
Oh my God, I had so many Happy Meal toys.
Okay, mind walk. I love it.
Yes,
Thank you
it's
so
a
much.
pleasure.
Welcome.
You guys are with LR. I love that one. Have a great mind walk.
All right, take
Oh
care.
yeah, what's your
Bye.
guys' Instagram? What's your Instagram?
I don't even use Instagram.
Holy shit, these pictures are just not, people are not going to see them?
We're old school. We make photo albums.
Nice.
Like print them up and put them in an album?
We're trying to start a new trend by not Instagramming.
Oh,
I like it.
Wall of printed out photos.
but then how can I stalk you if it's out in Texas? I can't go to look at your wall in Texas. Yeah. I gotta say, LinkedIn is the worst video game ever. It is so terrible.
I'll endorse you.
Bye.
Have a good one. Wow. I gotta say, this is a little bit of a miracle. Cute girls without an Instagram.
Well, and they even said it's for Instagram when they started.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then we don't actually have one. Great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
For the gram.
I was going to say, back when we were at that, at the river, I was like, a lot of women on the trail today.
Yep.
And then we got a trio
Uh,
doing butt poses and
Yeah.
tree poses and
I mean, I feel like everybody we've interacted today with was female, right?
no, there was one. I think the guy I yelled at from the.
Oh yes, there's
Tree.
the dude with the girl.
But I think
yeah.
other than that, it has been all women.
Women be doing it. They're out here out hiking, you guys. But that's fine. I'd rather have more lady
Like I said,
energy.
affirming my life choices.
Yeah, I'd rather have more lady energy on the trail anyways. Because there's a lot of times when, if there's just like single dudes on the trail, they're like running. And they're like, I have to conquer this trail.
Well, I mean, we did have a woman who was running who passed us.
Yeah. but I would say the odds are if somebody is intensely running the trail, they're more likely to be a man.
I just wanted to know if you wanted to put that energy onto that woman that we passed as well. Oh, I want to conquer this trail. Is that for her too?
No, I don't think so. I think they're just having fun.
Interesting.
Oh, you mean the woman running?
Yeah.
I'm just always wonder what people are running from. What are you running from, girl? There's a thing caught in my head, and I want to mention this.
Yeah. please
When
do.
I worked at McDonald's, when I started working at McDonald's, the minimum wage in America was $2.25. When basically within a month of me starting, the federal minimum wage went up to $3.35, which ain't shit. Even in the 80s, it wasn't anything. So I just had
Now
that.
it hasn't gone up since the 80s, I believe.
Well, it's $12 or something like that, maybe 15.
I think it's the federal minimum wage.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's under that. I think it's under $10.
Fucking craziness.
The federal minimum wage. Now most
States.
jobs don't like pay a little bit more, like 11 or 12 or something, and it, other states have higher minimum wages, but I believe the federal minimum wage, I want to say like $7.25 or something. I forget.
Oh yeah,
it is.
that's
It's
right.
pretty
That sounds
low.
right.
It's pretty fucking low, very extremely low, and then it doesn't even apply to service workers because there's the assumption of tips. When I was working at the old St. Andrews Inn, that wasn't an inn but was just a pub that had the wrong name and was based on a golf course. Yeah, I made something like $3.25 an hour.
Fucking bullshit.
And then, it had to be tips on top of that.
It's like, who the fuck does this country think it is? Like that it could allow people that want to do business here to basically impoverish their workers. What kind of fucking sick, disgusting government would allow their people to be that way? Allow fucking businesses. And it's even worse for, let's say, farm workers. I saw a picture recently where a woman had to pick 2 5-gallon buckets of blueberries, and she only made $7 for those 2 5-gallon buckets of blueberries.
And I would recommend, again, the Morgan Spurlock sequel to Super Size Me. I believe it's called Holy Chicken. It's all about the chicken industry and the way that the your Tysons and your sort of big chicken conglomerates.
Oh yeah.
The way that they put
the burden.
Chicken farmers, do you call them, or ranchers?
Yeah, ranchers.
The way they pit chicken ranchers against each other and like the crazy tiered incentive structure, and just like it's all just really Byzantine, and like they can't get purchase, and the metrics are constantly changing, and they really just want to make it complete hell for these chicken producers, so none of them can really get out, and they're all at each other's throats and overworking themselves in order to get the money. It's just designed to keep them down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to extract as much labor and wealth from them as possible. These people are, for all practical purposes, being tortured.
Yeah. And,
so if you want to learn about that, check out Holy Chicken. In many ways, now that I'm reflecting on it, I think a superior film to Super Size Me.
Well, and again, he's a more experienced filmmaker at that point, and he probably, how much did his diet change for Holy Chicken?
Well, it wasn't really about his diet.
Right? So
it was about him deciding to open a chicken restaurant from the ground up. So he wanted to, buy the chickens, and he got the land, and he got the chickens, and because he wanted to find out how do they get their chickens? How do you so he had to go through that process and find someone who was willing to sell him chickens. So and he goes through all of that, including the marketing, and then getting the location, and then I don't want to kind of spoil the ending.
Yeah.
But he opens a chicken shop, and it's got a great Morgan Spurlock twist to the chicken shop and to the chicken product. And it definitely, it effectively kind of acts as an expose of sorts, because he's exposing the chicken industry.
Yeah.
From top to bottom. So, reminded me of that, which gets back to your McDonald's. So we're all talking about the same thing.
Well, and I had to wear the brown polyester costume / uniform. The
Poly Extra.
Well, they got to have the paper hat. So it was brown for crew member and blue for crew chief, and eventually I got the crew chief costume. And it's all polyester, and I was in various states of portliness, and I had that problem where your thighs rub together and it
chafing.
Yeah, but it was in the polyester, so it got very kind of hot and uncomfortable. because, polyester is a disgusting fucking material.
No, I didn't have chafing yesterday.
Yeah.
But as I was lounging around post-second hike in my boxers doing some cooking, I felt this burning sensation on my left butt cheek.
I've got it too!
And I was like, what is that? Oh, well, I guess it's just some weird twitch. And then I felt the same sensation not 5 minutes later on my left testicle.
Oh, shit.
And so I disrobed my final garment, and sure enough, there was like this little insect crawling around in there, biting me.
Well, yeah, we're probably crawling with insects all the time in these hikes, and that is one of the byproducts. No, but I'm getting a tiny little bit of a rash at the top of where my butt cheeks meet. So I'm having to powder that every day.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but these are just the things we have to do as human beings to operate at our highest potential.
Well, Sean, you wanted your ass back, and now you have it.
Yes.
And now you got to take care of it.
Oh my God. And it's also my lower back. Like at some point I'll just be yoked in my shoulders too.
Well, it's all got to add up. It's changing our bodies. We're turning our bodies into the bodies of hikers.
Yeah.
Mind walkers. We're turning our brains into the thinkers. But of course, we're just sort of like reflecting back on each other. So we're just in this soup of Mike and Sean.
Mike and Sean and Sean and Mike. They talk and 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 walk and talk.
But they raised an interesting question there. If we weren't documenting the mind walk, does it really happen? If we weren't uploading it to the world, why are we not satisfied? Why are we not satisfied just walking and talking? Why? Why do we feel the need to record ourselves and put it out into the world, Sean?
An attempt to commodify it?
Yeah, what is with that impulse?
Well, I think I'd say in a very honest, real way, it is an art. Each one of these is a creative impulse, and then the overall gestalt of them will be whatever the masterpiece of my mind walk. I think, I'll tell you this about the Joe Rogan podcast or the Daily Zeitgeist. They are never going to encounter a rattlesnake on their podcast.
But they'll talk about rattlesnakes.
Sure, but they're not going to encounter
out.
one.
The proverbial elk hunting, which I suppose isn't totally proverbial, they actually do it, but at this point, the hunting of elk has become the meme of the experience de Rogan Joe. By the way, Sean, I felt a little bit of creep energy when you said, how am I going to stalk you? I was like, eh.
Yeah, no, sure. That was supposed to be funny.
Yeah, it just felt a little to me. Just a little.
Yeah. Well, at that point, they'd already decided if they were going to give us the Instagram, they weren't gonna, right? I already knew that if there was the potential, and again, like, I'm not going to creep on them anyways. I'd follow them and be like, hey, here's the podcast you're on, and forget about them. I don't have any of that stalker energy in me at all. But because they had already kind of like closed the door on that, I was like, oh, I can joke about it because there's no possibility of it happening. I was conscious of what I was doing, and I'm sure women have to be careful all the time about men taking pictures of them and following them on Instagram. But really, I just wanted their Instagram to market to them. I'd also say I have no delusions just looking at, cute girls, but I'll just say, at the very least, I'll say not my type. Just, I could tell.
Oh, I see. So,
yes.
Who would want to stalk him anyway, is what you're saying.
Well, no, but I really was. I have zero stalker energy in me at all. Even people I'm attracted to that I'm whatever.
Yeah,
Instagram.
well, I'm not accusing you of being a stalker by any means. I was just
pointing out that it was a creepy moment.
Letting it be known that I felt a little bit like,
fair
with
enough.
that statement.
Fair
do
enough.
with that what you will.
Yeah.
Or nothing. Do everything, do nothing.
I felt it too as I said it, but I was also like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's both for me. It's like, whatever, there's no harm being done.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. That's about it.
Oh.
I think, though, what I should add is when people are like, oh, Mind Walk Pod, even if they're not going to follow it on social media in that moment, which does happen sometimes, which is great. We had one today.
Yeah.
I should say, oh, yeah, please, write it in your notepad or whatever.
Yeah.
So you don't forget.
Yeah.
And try and get them to take some kind of action
In the moment.
on the phone, so they've created just a little artifact, a little etching.
Yeah.
So it's no longer just in their brain, it's like on the device now.
Well, also, though,
It might help increase turnover.
one of the things I used to do, and I should have done it today, damn it, is whenever somebody asks me to take a picture of them, I always take a picture of myself in there, too.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if we have our Mind Walk business cards, then we can do that.
Yep.
And we can take a picture of the business card and put it on their stream.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, man, that's got to be done.
The cards?
Yeah.
Yep, it does.
It's got to be done. I mean, as corny as that clip art is of the brain and the two guys and the dog walking.
Oh, yeah, I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's really, I look at it and I go like, yeah, that's all we need. We don't need anything more than that.
It'll all come. More than that will come. But yeah, if we made a card that... Oh.
Is this our second hour?
Yes, sir. I was telling you.
Holy shit.
I was making it abundantly clear to you. And it is the second hour.
God, I mean, I wonder if people feel the way we feel, where we're walking and it's just like, oh shit, another hour has gone by.
Well, let's respect it. We got to respect it.
Yep. Even though we're almost done. Right, Barney? Get it. Okay, and cutting. Mind walk. Very curt ones today. Curt.
So take a breath. Take a moment.
Yeah, that's right. Man, I'm so earnest.
He wants to get going.
Yeah. Take in your space. Look around you.
It's just as much for you and me as it is for them.
Yeah. Smell something maybe.
I'm going to smell this tree.
Maybe run your fingers through your hair. Touch your earlobe. Just a little pinch your earlobe just a little bit.
Pick your nose just a
little bit. Just your pinky just in your...
Scratch the side of your knee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just be present in your body. Just remember you're an organism.
Flick your chin.
You're an organism made from an orgasm. So you're an orgasmism. I don't know. I just made up that word. Yeah. Be beautiful. Be light. Be love. Oh, you feel that breeze?
It's nice.
It's God whispering to us.
What's God saying?
God's saying, you're cool, bro. You're cool. I'm going to cool you down. Oh, look at cute little Barney. In the dappled light here. You are just such a good...
Wait. God is telling me something.
What's that?
God is telling me to murder you.
So that documentary yesterday, Dread.
Yeah.
He has a vision, and he's like, God told me to do this. And I was just like, oh, fuck you. You just can't reason with God. It's the problem.
No, not really.
God told me to tell all of our listeners to subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah, become a patron. Become a trail angel.
Become a Barney cadet.
Or just join the capitalist dystopian nightmare.
Okay, let's move. Theater of the mind and body. I mean, that's part of it for me is like, this is the show. This, like, as much as I'm like, oh, let's just do an hour and a half, but I'm like, oh, the show, we could do the show as long as we want. And people can stay or go, just like good theater.
Yeah, I don't really like thinking of it as a show. I have no problem with thinking of it as a show, but I like the anti-show quality.
Oh,
of the,
oh,
of the show.
absolutely. But when we're doing it and I'm aware of the recording that we're on the hike, I'm like, ah.
Well, we are pretty good, I think, at dipping in and out of moments of being like, okay, we're going to turn on the performance for like just 5 seconds and then turn it off.
Yeah. Right? It's time to light the lights. It's time to the Mind Walk show tonight.
I was watching John Cleese on the Muppet Show.
Oh.
Some YouTube clips. Gonzo is certainly my favorite Muppet.
Yeah, I'd say probably mine. And then number 2 is Fozzie.
You're going to say Fozzie. You know, even though Fozzie is the comedian, I never liked him that much.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why I like Fozzie is because he's always failing. And for whatever reason, I had some cute girls when I was young who called me Fozzie. So
I was going to guess that Fozzie was your favorite, by the way.
Well, Gonzo is by far head and shoulders. I also like the Swedish Chef a lot.
Oh, man. See, you and I.
Yeah.
For me, it's Gonzo and the Swedish Chef.
Well, but again, like it's only the personal kind of like failure foolness of Fozzie that I like him so much.
Look, fuck Fozzie, okay? Let's talk about the Swedish Chef.
He's got human hands.
I know.
It's so creepy.
I know. When I watched it again like a few years ago, I was like, whoa, this is totally bizarre. The humanity of these hands and the language, the nonsense of it, you can fill it in.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was younger, I thought, oh, it's funny because he's making funny noises. And that's true. But the humor also just comes from that meaninglessness in which you fill in what he's saying. But the human hands, it makes it, I can't think of the right...
It's like Uncanny Valley almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the verisimilitude of the hands. Yeah.
The other Muppets don't have that. So the image in the frame just already looks of two worlds at the same time. And then failure of the cooking, of course.
Oh, and he's all so frustrated.
Yeah.
And you can hear it, but he always has to reset. Like he has to reset, be like, it's okay, you know. And then he tries again, and he fails again.
It's just a brilliant bit, a brilliant bit.
Okay, not counting Fozzie. Number 3, Beaker.
Well, on the other absurdist one.
Yes.
Yeah, Beaker for sure.
And then I'll say that then sketch-wise, Pigs in Space.
Well, yeah, that's classic.
Yeah.
Gonzo, Darth Vader.
Yep.
Reveal, spoilers, Gonzo is Darth Vader.
That's one of the best gifs out there. Is just that gif of Gonzo with his Darth Vader helmet on and the lightsaber.
I feel like Gonzo the Great has a connection with Humpty Hump, the humor of the big nose.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And what is Gonzo, a buzzard or something?
No, I think Gonzo's like an alien creature thing.
Oh, really? I thought he was a kind of a bird creature.
No. Gonzo is just an unknown monster thing.
Mm.
Yes.
I'm gonna definitely look it up.
I think Gonzo was. I mean, a lot of Muppets that became Muppets started off as sort of like filler characters, side Muppets, and then some of them sort of rose through the ranks, not unlike the stand-up comedian or the podcaster. And Gonzo, I think, started off as just like a random alien puppet and then was used more and more. And so then once you use the puppet more, you sort of gain affinity for it. And then it sort of rose out of the ranks of just general monsterdom into a Muppet.
His identity.
And I mean, let's be real, right? Of course, Gonzo would not be a particular animal.
I mean, I feel like John Cleese even said something. Aren't you some kind of buzzard or something?
I know. You can say whatever, but Gonzo is
just. Gonzo.
I mean, and with that nose and everything, he is not. I'm telling you, man, he is a creature of unknown origin, as should be Gonzo. Gonzo should be of unknown origin.
But he also is a chicken fetishist.
Yes.
And which is not terrible because they do make those chickens look pretty sexy. And we all know.
And the chicken is into it.
Yeah.
Camilla and Gonzo, they have a real relationship.
Yeah.
They cuddle together and coo.
Yeah.
And, it was about time that Gonzo stopped creeping after Miss Piggy anyway. I mean.
Yeah. There's no energy there because she's obsessed with Kermit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what a love triangle, a classic for the ages.
Yeah, well, and I definitely see...
I mean, he went from pig to chicken, you know? One domestic animal to the next.
Well,
next is going to be a horse and a cow, maybe.
We all know that the animals can give consent because they're anthropomorphic.
Yes.
You know, so it's not like there's nothing untoward going there. But I also look at, like, Kermit, like, is not into Piggy.
Right. Well, but in the movies they get together.
Yeah.
And he falls in love with them and they get married.
Yeah, but it definitely feels forced. It feels like he might be ace, or maybe even a little gay, and then kind of Piggy's just kind of like, you know, kind of forcing her will on him, and he needs him.
Definitely feels that way.
Yeah.
I believe there has been love between them, but for most of the time it's unrequited. You know, Kermit's just trying to be a professional showman. You know, he's trying to get the show produced, and you know, what time does he have for the sexual advances of a pig?
Well, I mean, I would say, like, what's he missing out on?
What? What?
The love of a pig.
The love of a pig.
The forbidden.
And just a real diva, but a star, man. You got to admire her confidence.
Oh, I feel like, you know, well, of course, being voiced by Frank Oz, right?
Yeah.
Like, he definitely knows how to embody that chutzpah, that fucking, you know, he's a pretty great director, actually. You know, from Tiny Pigs, great directors.
Beaker and Bunsen.
Beaker and Bunsen. Yeah. So it's definitely been a long time. I should give it a rewatch. Does it stand up? Is it still good?
Yes and no. I mean, the puppet work, or should I say the Muppet work, is excellent always.
Yeah.
The jokes are just, they're very, it's like jokey joke.
Jokey jokes, yeah.
And sometimes, and the visual gags can be great. I still like the Gonzo visual gags. But it's very just vaudevillian.
Yeah, well, I think they're doing that on purpose.
It's funny and it's good TV. It's wholesome TV. But I know some friends who are like, oh, it's hilarious. I'm like, I don't find it hilarious.
No, I find it very much like a warm cup of cocoa.
Yeah.
You know, familiar, satisfying. I don't think I ever found it funny as a child.
Yeah, some things I found funny. Like, I would find, Gonzo getting shot out of a cannon or the Swedish Chef to be funny.
Yeah.
But in some ways, I find it more fun than funny.
Yeah, but it's warm and engaging.
I mean, Gonzo leaping in front of a taxi is very funny.
And familial.
Do you remember that scene?
I don't. Which
they're
movie
trying
is
to get
it?
I think it's, I forget which one, but they're in New York.
Caper.
And they're being like, taxi! The taxi's not stopping. And Gonzo being from there is like, no, you got to do it like this. And he just leaps in front of a taxi as it's driving down the road and yelling taxi.
Yeah, I do remember now.
And then it screeches to a halt and then they get in. And then the bicycle scene, that was like a big deal.
Oh yeah, and the first one. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Oh, that was a, what's his head song? Paul Williams.
So what did we talk about today, other than Muppets?
The Muppets. I mean, I think the title of this should be
Muppets.
Rattlesnake!
Oh, Rattlesnake?
Exclamation point.
Sure. We can give it that.
Talked about Mickey D's. We talked about minimum wage.
Talked about the rent crisis, the eviction crisis.
Yeah, we had 4 visitations. Bunny, Masks, Michelle, and Lulu. We had the girls from Texas and Colorado. We had the mother with the 4-year-old and the dog.
We did the swing.
We did the swing.
We did. We talked about the swing. We talked about the tree on the hill at the little rest spot.
Yes.
We had signage.
Signage. Oh yes, and fake
Weird
signage.
Yes, weird signage, fake signage.
You know, the tragedy of the commons, but without using those words.
Oh, we talked about religion. Talked about the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, and
Talked about Jesus.
Gnostic Christianity.
You know, I was thinking for this part of the wrap up, Sean. More production notes.
Put it at the beginning. Oh.
No.
Oh yeah.
No, I was going to say that to avoid talking over each other and just for the fun of sharing. You say, all right, let's recap.
Okay.
And then I say one thing.
Oh, gotcha.
And then you say one thing. And then I say one thing.
Ooh.
Then you say one thing. Right?
Okay.
Something like that. I mean, you can pass, I suppose. It would be funny if one person remembered more than the other. I just...
You like the orderliness of it.
I like the sharing of it. I like the trade-off. So it's not just me listing something. It's us recalling together these things that happened.
Well, when you say something, it definitely reminds me of something.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, maybe I like the orderliness of it too, but the main reason was just so it became, I was thinking it would be more of an organic process in a way than just both of us trying to rush to say all the things. It's this like dance that we're doing.
We gotta
what I was going
gotta
with.
pick up Barney because we're about to cross the road here.
Oh, let's get a final picture though.
Okay.
With us both in it. I don't think I got one yet from us both in it. Let's go to that little overlook there and take our picture. Stay with us for just a minute longer. But
I mean, I guess I'd say though, the podcast is officially over.
No, it's still going.
Okay.
But make your case. That's my position. But
I'd say we've basically done the wrap up.
Yeah.
You know, we're adding a little piece of a little production bump here. I mean, who knows if in the next 2 or 3 minutes from when I've let them go, if there's going to be some kind of exciting revelation.
Of course it could.
That's. I'm just saying, like, you know, we could be like, hey guys, you can go, and then as we're taking the picture, I throw Barney off the cliff.
Yeah. Or we notice how. There's a house that's got the termite cover over there, which I think we walked by a few mind walks ago. I just love how the termite covers look like circus tents.
Circus tents.
So the mind walk ain't over till it's over.
It's true.
You can't go yet. But hey, while we're preparing this photo, as you know, Mindwalk Pod on all social media, please become our first patron. Sean's already patronizing us, but become our first patron.
Our first non-staff patron.
Barney left.
He is done. I don't know if I can get my M or W up there right now.
All right, I'll get a tired dog pic for everyone loves a tired dog. Oh, Barney, tired Barney. Okay.
Yep. I'm going to keep carrying you, Barney.
Carry Barney across the street, back to the car.
And then we will stop.
Yeah, I think, so the completionist in you wants to end it at the car, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. Because again, like I know we'll keep on walking until we get to the car. Mm-hmm. So we might as well keep kind of just little pebbles, little drags, little pixels of conversation going.
I don't know. We don't have to alternate. I guess I
get excited.
Yeah, you get excited and then we start talking over each other a lot, and it can be fun, but sometimes I want there to be a little bit of space for either of us just to say what we're going to say without the talking over, without the fighting of the talking over. But I really like that you have that instinct, because on the other side of it, it means there's not going to be much time when we're not talking, because we both have this instinct to want to like get in and like say the thing.
Yeah.
This is going to be our third one, and it's going up tonight. We've got it figured out.
We got a system, guys, and we don't need a whole studio like Joe Rogan. I mean, my favorite podcast is The Daily Zeitgeist or The Blind Boy. Can you open the door for me?
Sure.
We can put it in the back. Oh, we'll be right back, bud. He is already done.
Thank you for joining us today on Mind Walk.